Hey guys, CDTV the G here, and the G of course stands for got back from a holiday in Amsterdam yesterday, which, if you're wondering why I only did reactions to 3 of the XXL freestyles and then just stopped after that, it's because the timing of my holiday wasn't exactly convenient, but that doesn't matter for now because today we are going to be reacting to the new album from
Shadow
called
Change.
A lot of new music dropped yesterday, and this album is actually the one that I'm most excited for out of all of them. And I think a lot of people might be surprised when I say that, because there's a lot of people that still don't take
Shadow
seriously. Have you even listened?
Alter Ego.
That song is magnificent. And that's why I'm so excited for this, because it seems like he's taking such a big step in a very different direction.
Ground One.
And I hope that's, you know, kind of what this whole album is in the same vein of. Not sound-wise, just in a completely new direction, you know, a completely improved direction. I've said before in my reaction to
Alter Ego.
I was a big fan of
Ground One.
but that song just completely blew it out of the water, so I can't wait to see what he has in store for this whole project. So with that being said, let's not even waste any time. I'm so excited just to jump into this and see what
Shadow
he has in store. So track number 1 on
Change.
it's titled The Sailor.
Change. At times like this, it's something we need most. So many.
Introduce anxiety and delusion. First you're happy, then you're sad. Our lives can be so bad. Self-depression is so obsessive. We need to learn a vital lesson. Been unhappy since adolescence to make you happy in the end. You don't need money, you just need friends. Fear making us just doubt ourselves.
Ooh,
Is this good for mental health? So many
giving me
teachers get
mad
to learn.
blood
So many
vibes
people
by
in
Kendrick
silence
Lamar.
hurting. Let's work together and make a change.
Alright, so that flows pretty smoothly into the next track. So yeah, interesting opener to this one. One thing I want to note that kind of hit me straight away is that I definitely think you can see where some of the influences for this track come from. For example, with the verse on this one, the beat during that just instantly clicked with me as something that sounds like an Odd Future style of beat. That's the kind of vibe I got from that. And then with the outro, where he was having this spoken word kind of bit, that very much reminded me of Blood by Kendrick Lamar, the opening track to Damn. It had a kind of similar setup to it, you know. So I think that was a definite inspiration for this track. But even saying that, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, solid verse. Production on this thing I feel like was the main highlight for me, but the verse was solid too. Great songs take time. So yeah, it was a good opener. Nothing that I thought was insane or crazy, but it was a good opener. So track number 2, like I said, I've already heard this one. The reaction to it is up on this channel if you want to check it out. Basically, to sum it up, I absolutely love this song. I think it's crazy. I've listened to it so much since it came out. I've pretty much been playing it non-stop. It's one of my favorite songs of the year so far. I just think the emotion in it was crazy. It wasn't what I was expecting at all, and it just sounds so different.
You're on top of the world and under the ground. 1 minute you're fine, then you wanna drown. You're left.
He gets so much emotion in his voice in this song. I love it.
My alter ego, it is talking to me.
Like I said, full reaction for that one is linked below. Absolutely love the song. Still holds up on like the 100th listen. Still love it. It's not getting old for me. I think this is the really the track that kind of showcases how much effort Rich Brian put into making this project, you know, sound completely different to his last one. So let's move on to the next one. Oh. Oh, this one is like vibey. Is that even a good way to describe a song?
Minorities get dismissed, while the rich just live in bliss. Less forged fall in abyss. Fall in the abyss, be there forever. Scared for my life and I'll leave you never. I'm not playing hide and seek. Fire and flames burning in the wire. Never receive what you desire. I'll be ticker. They're killing me, help cause the blood they smear. Paints pictures of the thoughts unclear. That's why I'm sick of this, sick of this. That's why I'm sick of this, sick of this. Spill lots of blood tonight. My prey may try to squirm and fight, but I promise they'll see the light. To their coffins that I invite. Light them up into the cream, blow the brains out like a math test. I think highly about incest. Nothing to me, an insect. Chop you up the night.
This man is too young to be making music this good, man. So this one was pretty different to everything we had on the album so far. There was like no drums on this track. Really a lot more kind of mellow and an emotional song. Not like intensely emotional in the way that Yellow was, but more kind of like melancholy and reflective. Singing on this is so good. Again, the production. This track was produced by Rappy, Diamond Pistols, Rich Brian, and Beckon. Rappy and Beckon seem to be all over this with the production. Every single track has been fantastically produced. I'm assuming Beckon was doing like the strings at the end because I think that's the kind of sound that he's known for. It was a slow song, but it didn't feel like boring or like it wasn't going anywhere. It kept moving forward and it was just really enjoyable to listen to. So let's move on to the next one.
The dark thoughts that are in my head, what can I do to put them to bed? Everything in my eyes is red. 50 rounds in the AK, no way, I'ma shoot him, it's time to pay payday.
Hey,
No joking, no JK.
Modern Warfare 2 memories.
I'll take that away, better run away like you were on the breakaway. And I'm not faking it, you are not making it. Promise that I'm saying it, and I'm conveying it. With the bayonet, I'm stabbing your chest. Put you in the coffin and I'll lay you down to rest. Maybe that'll teach you not to test with the best. Got a gift from the Lord.
That voice, nice.
I wanna shoot up a nursery, yeah. That was the devilish curse to me, yeah. Bodies go by in a hearse, yeah. My day too cold and gray. Is the message clear that I cut? Puts their stomach in a knot. Trade my friend that's so good about being nice. Stuff the bodies up in the attic. On the
Man,
news and
he
it
has
feels
just
so tragic,
stepped up
but it disappears
everything
as fast
so
as
much
magic.
since
Shoot
Amen.
you more with the
Topically and
automatic.
content-wise,
Feel
this
no
is a
pain for
track
the
that
ones who
could
lost.
be on that album,
Until
but the
now, they know
vocals
the
are more
cost.
improved,
In
more
my crazy
varied.
soul.
That was a song I think I enjoyed that more than the intro. And man, the one thing that really struck me on this track was the amount of different deliveries that Rich Brian had on here. Like, I'm pretty sure, just from memory, almost every song on Amen was just like a rapping track, you know? Rich Brian would just rap. There wasn't a lot of melodies or singing involved, and he's changed that up on tracks like this. Every single verse has a bit of a different flow and a different sound to it, which is really nice. It keeps the song moving along nicely. It makes sure it doesn't get boring at any points. Overall, this was just a great track where I feel like Rich Brian's evolution is just so clear.
You know that I'm coming with the gang. Run up on me, I make it bang, like the chain.
Work hard for the gross your teeth, no dental. Don't let fear hold you back, be sentimental.
Cause I keep telling myself like I'm a oh, it's everything inside my music disclosed.
Grow and get stronger,
my
just
God.
plan. Don't let people say you can't, cause I know you can. We got heroes now.
You won't be living on the street, man. Get into some fights, but you know I'm never beat, man.
Enemies wishing on my downfall now. I wonder why they hate.
Wait,
This is not how I was expecting this track to sound from that like intro
like I gained a
segment.
lot of weight, but I want
Completely
that right
different.
now.
Even the bangers on this album are like really well put together with like multiple different flows, styles of vocals. This is so good, man. The beat on this one was insanely hard. Just the way that the 808s and the kick drums were hitting was just like a barrage of bass, man. A barrage of something. Was not expecting it from the intro. The intro sounded like so mellow, and then just bang, the drums kick in like that. And it takes you aback, but that's good. It's definitely less content heavy than like the previous 3 tracks, but that's fine because, you know, not every single track needs to be absolutely packed with content. I think it's good. It's a good little break from like the more emotional stuff on here. I love what he's doing on this album, man. I love it. If the other 6 tracks that are left are on this level, then this is almost definitely making it very high on my albums of the year list. Whoa, okay, I'm liking the production already.
See shadow in the picture frame. All these hoes, they know the name. When the tumbles, you know they blame. Never catch me hanging with the lambs. Smoke a tree like it's climate change. Fly to Kenya in
There
a
it is. Right there, he just said what I said about the last track. He's obviously working a lot to make these songs sound like something different. And there he just said, you know, he's been in the studio, not sleeping because he's not trying to make an album that people forget about. Hey man, a third of the way through, I don't think they will. I'm certainly not, you know, 4 tracks, and I already love this one from the first 30 seconds. Is there going to be a single bad track on this? Who knows?
Boys with me, it's go time. My catalog is a gold mine. Those cars, they all mine. Tinted windows, they all shine. Boys with me, it's go time. School is fools, I'm a very good teacher. Christ on my side, call me a preacher. Bank count like your hairline always faded. Fans out of breath and my comes are fitted. Drooling on my neck is yellow laminated. My name shadow, you're about to be shaded. Night tips aside. Call me pal, cause I'm too fly. I'm godly, just like my rhymes. Just about to roll it, it's my time. Ice on my neck could cause
Oh my
riot.
God.
Think my pockets need to go on a diet. Bought a private jet, but I'll never fly it. Music with some blast while yours on silent. I have a whole building.
Production kind of reminds me of some like Lupe Fiasco type stuff, like Food and Liquor, with that, you know, orchestral kind of triumphant sound to it. That was amazing. There was a really cool line there at the end. It was a nice bit of wordplay about industry plants, I think. He's saying these plants only grow just to get cut and disposed. That's a cool little wordplay about industry plants. This whole song was just like a really triumphant, victorious sounding track where Rich Brian's celebrating where he is. He just sounds confident on this one, and again, this is not something that you would hear on Amen. And like he said on this track, it's because he's really taking time with his music and wanting to improve as an artist. Like, he's striving to be better and make better music and make an album that really lasts. And, you know, it's resulted in the best music that he's released. You know, I don't need to hear the whole album yet to say that at least some of this is the best music that he's released so far.
Please let me know if you have no hope. Don't waste your life smoking on dope. Don't end your life hanging from a rope. Dark thoughts are aiming at you with a scope. Please let me know if you have no hope. Don't waste your life smoking on dope. Don't cave in into sniffing coke. You don't need to lie to yourself. Bring me up if you need some help. Have hope in your fate. Like a bug on a windshield, don't come and go. Not like an elevator.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I guess, like, to a lesser extent, I have a sort of similar situation. Like, my dad lives in Abu Dhabi because I used to live there. You know, he moved when I was like 12, and then me and the rest of my family moved over there when I was 13, I think. And now I live back in Scotland, moved back here when I was 18 when I finished school there. But my dad still lives out there, and that's like a 7 to 9 hour flight, which is really long, and I'm not the biggest fan of flying, so I don't go out there often. And I really wish I could visit more, you know, but the thing is, when I'm out there, I can't take my equipment with me, so I can't record videos. And it's not too bad, because my dad flies back here every summer and winter, so I'm not saying it's like a super like negative thing. You know, it's just a similar situation in that I live in a different country from my dad. It would be nice to, you know, visit Abu Dhabi more and see him more, but it's hard to do that when you have a job that kind of requires you to constantly be putting out content. So I relate to those lines, is what I was trying to say with that little personal story. I know, you don't care. It's you just want to hear me react to the music. I'll get back into it. Let's go.
Today, get up and leave. Please don't leave me here to die. Putting up a front, I cannot lie. I'm feeling so low, so far from the sky. Feeling like I'm falling, I don't wanna. To stay in age, it feel like a crime. I just need to be left alone sometime. I want my life to feel like it's mine.
Please let me know if you have no hope. Don't.
Hey, that was a nice upbeat end to the track, you know. Pretty emotional at some points, but it ended on a high note. That was a really nice song, man. That was really nice. Slowed it down compared to the last track, but it was very fitting for what the song was about, you know. It was something that was very introspective and told us a lot about Rich Brian. He kind of used a situation where he was basically in this party, he pulled a girl there, you know, after they smashed, she gave him the flu, he got sick and started to get sad, and that he used that kind of as a way to talk about how he was reflecting on his life. And, you know, obviously he's happy for his success and everything, but it does mean that he gets to see his family a lot less. And, you know, he's in a completely different place to the place that he grew up in. He also revealed quite a bit about his addiction to smoking and nicotine. He even struggled to get through a show because the withdrawal from it was so bad. So yeah, there was a lot of kind of sadder moments and reminiscent moments on the song. But it all ended on a high note, on a positive note, with him saying that he had a dream, he chased that dream, and he's succeeding doing it. He would never change it for anything because it got him to where he is. Honestly, this would have even worked as an outro track, so I'm interested to see what he actually does on the outro track, because this would have functioned well as that.
Pressure makes me wanna die today. At night, pressure keeps me wide awake. At moments, I feel like my life's at stake. I wanna crawl and hide like a snake. Makes me pressure. What's the reason I'm still living now? Pressure is killing
That, Brian? I can't even tell at this point.
But steady drumming paper, I don't need no fun. Don't need love and I need no one. Quiet with some sacrifice, son. Ain't no hope. Get away from the tree, untie the rope. I appreciate it, guy. It means a lot. You show me the way of life I sought. I'm a fish or a hook, this one you caught. But I'm saying goodbye. Thanks for the thought. Best friends are gone, and I have no friends. There's no one else that I can't.
So what I got from the lyrics of this track was that it's basically about a kind of dysfunctional and toxic relationship. Brian's talking about a girl that he's with who had problems in the past with guys. You know, someone cheated on her before, so she kind of is suspicious about every guy that she's with, including Brian. And clearly it causes a lot of fights and a lot of tension. This is something that's kind of frustrating for both of them, because on the girl's like side of it, she can't trust anyone that she's with, you know, based on past experiences. but for Brian, that's frustrating him because he knows that he's not like that and he's dedicated to the relationship. And it gets to the point in the second verse where he's like, oh, well, if you think I'm cheating on you with all these girls, why don't I just go and do it? A lot more storytelling on this song. You really put a lot of emotion into the lyrics, and I think that really came across. I like songs like that. We've got like a good mix of like tones and moods on here, and I'm really wondering if that was him on the chorus. I think it was. And if it was, I didn't know he could go that high a pitch.
My ammo and money, rise like a star. You can find me vibing on the horizon, space with the meteors. Yeah, I'm
A little bit of a poppy vibe to this one.
crazy, got lots of problems, 99 like Jay-Z. These rappers flex, it don't amaze me. This song like Camille, just Body and Chuck. If I can't find them, I'll stop. Got my Glock by the block.
He must have been working with a vocal coach or something, man, because he's just unlocked something with this album.
Space with the meteors, yeah, I'm flying. No, my mind sharp, got bit by a lion. Girls lay on me just like I'm Hawaiian.
It's a very kind of poppy, happy summer rap song. It works perfectly as that. It's also kind of coincidental that it dropped yesterday when there was like a big heat wave in Europe, so it was probably up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It just seems like a kind of happy, upbeat song about feeling happy on a summer day where the weather's just beautiful, it's really sunny and nice. And the beat and the way Rich Brian delivered his vocals represented that perfectly. I mean, it's undeniably a lot more simplistic lyrically than every other track on the album. I don't think this one was trying to be complex with the lyrics. Even if the lyrics were simplistic, his vocal delivery was still really impressive and fun to listen to. This is just so amazing. It's one of those albums that I'm so happy I didn't like listen to in my own time. It's one of those albums that I'm happy I just recorded my reaction to because I love it so much and I want to share those feelings of love with you guys. This is phenomenal so far. So let's just move into the last stretch of the album, last 3 tracks.
There was once a kid in a normal town. His parents were never around. They wouldn't notice if he drowned. His voice was silenced when he screamed. Hold your hand up and speak the truth. If you don't do that, then it will haunt you. Don't let them feed lies, only eat the truth, and it will turn out good for you. We the change now, make them feel strange now. Gun in the hand now, then call it man down. Get knocked down if that's legal. I'm not your purse bat, I'm no beagle. On the beat like Mac and I'm super lethal. We the change now.
I love this melodic stuff he's doing, man.
Not real, not leaning a cup. Turn kid to killer, then keep that up.
And that is the end of The Sailor by Rich Brian. Goddamn. That was another slower, kind of mellow song to close the album out, and it was a nice one, man. So, now that we finished it, what are my overall thoughts on The Sailor by Rich Brian? This is easily the best piece of work that he's ever made. Like, it completely blows Amen out of the water, and I liked Amen. I actually really liked Amen, but this one just completely destroys it in terms of everything. In terms of production, in terms of Rich Brian's vocals. I think I said this when I was talking about Slow Down Turbo, but just in terms of absolutely everything, this album destroys Amen. It's just so great to see a rapper evolve in this way. 3 years ago or something he made that stick, and now he's making this. This album was incredible.